this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Now we're going to make a standard green juice in the Samson 9005 juicer. So let's go ahead. We got some fresh picked greens from my garden. I love my greens. It's almost like they're on steroids, but they're not. They're on organic compost and rock dust. The best way to grow your food, grow it in your own home. So we got some really long chard here, some dino kale, some red Russian kale, some curly kale, just a mixture of greens. And I recommend that everybody drink their dark leafy vegetables. It's really important. Most people don't eat enough greens. They really don't like the taste, the flavor, and they don't know how to eat it raw. You could definitely chop these up and actually eat it as a salad. Definitely good that way, but you got to get used to it. A little bit stronger tasting than, for example, lettuce. But hiding the nutrition of the greens in a juice is an excellent way to go. So I recommend juicing a bunch of greens. So this would be like one bunch. And then also I like to do celery, carrots, and apples. So celery or cucumbers would be a good base for juice, or the carrots. That should always make up 75% of your juice, along with the apples. And then a quarter of the juice would be the greens. Although it looks like I have a lot of greens here in a big bunch, when you start to juice greens, it really makes hardly not that much juice. So the things like the celery and the carrots and the apples are going to make the majority of the juice. So without further ado, let's turn the juicer on and start. We're going to turn that on. It runs at a low 80 RPM, so it's fairly silent, so it's not going to wake up all your roommates or your family if they're sleeping. And what you want to do when you're juicing produce in the Samson and most other juicers is you want to rotate your produce. So first we're going to put it in carrot, then we're going to put in a piece of celery, and you want to put in, a different piece of produce at a time. Don't put in all the carrots, then all the celery, then all the apples. So we put in one carrot, now we're going to put in one stalk of celery. Followed by one apple. Now we're going to do a leaf. So now we have a leaf of red Russian kale. Push that in the machine. See how the Samson 9005 handles the red Russian kale. Alright, you can see the pulp coming out there. Now when you feed in all the different textures into the juicer, so the apple has a much softer texture than, say, a carrot, which has a harder texture, it helps to basically push the fiber and push the pulp through the machine. And even celery has a different kind of texture. It's kind of almost between a carrot and an apple. So you always want to rotate the produce as you're putting it through the machine. Now we're going to go for another leaf. I think this is actually a broccoli leaf. So yes, besides broccoli having flowers, you could actually eat the broccoli leaves. They're actually in the cruciferous family, much like kale or collards. They're all in the same family, and they're definitely good to juice. But it's rare that you actually find broccoli leaves to buy. You pretty much got to grow them yourself, or maybe you go to the farmer's market. So broccoli leaf followed by a carrot. Do a couple pieces of apple here. More celery. More apple. So this is a single stage, single auger juicer. How about this red chard? Look how beautiful that looks. Nice pink color. The Samson 9000 will handle it no problem. I generally like to roll this up. It's going to make feeding it a little bit easier. As you can see, the juice screen there that catches the extra pulp is actually getting a little bit clogged up with extra pulp. The Samson has been known to make a little bit extra pulp in the juice, especially when you're juicing something like carrots. That makes an especially pulpy juice here. So I do recommend the Samson if you want to juice specifically like wheatgrass. Wheatgrass alone, it's going to do an excellent job, or leafy greens alone. But with other things, especially if you want to juice a lot of carrots, I don't recommend this. Although some people that buy the Samson said they love how the Samson juices carrots. So that's just my opinion. But the other thing to remember is that this is a single auger, single stage juicer. So Omega used to have a single auger, single stage juicer many years ago. They had the Omega model 8003, which is an 8002, which is a single stage, single auger juicer, and now they have the dual stage single auger juicers. And I do favor those a little bit more than a straight up single auger juicer, personally. Alright, so let's juice some Dino Kale. It's a nice big Dino Kale leaf. Gonna put that in the machine, and the Samson can handle it with no problem. Alright, got a bunch of apples here left, so we're gonna put a bunch of those in there. And apples always basically make your juice a little bit sweeter, so that's really nice, especially if you're not used to drinking straight green juices or juice with a lot of greens. Definitely adding an apple or two or three actually could definitely help make the juice more palatable. Alright, so we're just about finished juicing. We're going to put a couple apples into the mix, and we're going to take out the juice and see what we got. So once again, this is a basic green juice recipe. We had celery, carrots, apples, and a whole bunch of greens from my garden, picked fresh. So we're done juicing here. We're going to turn this off. And one of the problems that you may have is that this screen may fill up with a lot of juice and pulp. So some people don't like pulp in their juice, and that's when you would use the screen. But of course, if you didn't use the screen, you would have a little bit pulpier juice, and the screen use is optional, definitely not needed. And I like to sometimes just take my finger and brush it around in there to help the juice go through the screen. Also, the screen does actually help to separate out the foam. And all the foam's on top. Alright, so let's set that aside there. Alright, so now we're going to drink the juice we just made out of the Samson 9005 juicer. Green juice is excellent. Everybody should drink a green juice every single day. So this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors.